Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another wild story straight from Reddit's Am I the A-Hole community. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Let's get into it. AITA for telling. My sister, her infertility doesn't make her the real mom of my adopted child. I, 34 female, adopted my daughter, Mia, 6, nearly 3 years ago. And honestly, it's the hardest and most beautiful thing I've ever done. Mia came from a traumatic background. Her biological mother died when she was still a toddler, a drug overdose, though that's not something we'll tell her for a long time. Her father, well, his rights were terminated by the court after years of documented neglect, police reports, and an emergency hospitalization when Mia was just 4. When she first came to live with us, she was terrified of everything. Loud noises made her flinch. She wouldn't sleep unless the lights were on. She clung to food as if someone might take it away. I remember sitting on the floor with her one night while she sobbed in my arms, whispering over and over, "Are you gonna leave too?" It broke me. But through therapy, consistency, and endless patience, we started to rebuild her sense of safety. The first time she laughed out loud during a game of tag in the backyard, I cried. Literally sat down in the grass and bawled while she ran around chasing butterflies. My husband and I always wanted to adopt. We don't have biological children, and no, we're not giving up on that. Adoption was never Plan B. It was the plan. Mia is our child in every way that matters. Which brings me to my sister, Lily, 38F. Lily has been trying to conceive for nearly a decade. She and her husband have gone through 4 rounds of IVF, suffered a miscarriage at 10 weeks, and spent thousands chasing a dream that keeps slipping through their fingers. I've done everything I can to support her, gone to consultations with her, helped her research doctors, cooked for her after procedures, and listened to her cry more times than I can count. I've never pushed adoption on her. I knew that grief was hers to carry in her own way, but after Mia came home, something shifted. At first, Lily seemed genuinely happy. She brought over a plush unicorn and coloring books. She smiled and said she was so excited to be an aunt. But it didn't last. A few months in, the passive-aggressive comments started creeping in. Things like, "It's not really the same as giving birth, though, is it? I just want to experience the real bond, the one that starts in the womb. Do you ever wonder if she'll actually think of you as her real mom someday?" I bit my tongue. I chalked it up to grief, but it stung, every time. Then, last weekend happened. We were at our parents' house for Sunday dinner. My whole family was there. Mia had been working on a crayon drawing at the kitchen table while we talked. She proudly ran over and handed it to Lily. It showed our little family. Me, my husband, and Mia all holding hands. Underneath, she'd written in colorful letters, "My mommy and daddy." Lily smiled at her and said, "Sweet as sugar." "That's really sweet, honey. But your mommy's kind of like your pretend mommy, right? Like a special helper mommy?" Time froze. I saw Mia's face fall. Her little smile vanished and she looked at me confused. I felt this fire rise in my chest. Not anger, rage, protective, maternal, boiling rage. I said, "Lily, step outside with me, now." We walked into the hallway, and I lost it, not screaming, but in that cold, shaking, barely holding it together kind of way. I said, "What the actual hell is wrong with you?" That little girl has lived through more trauma than you'll ever understand. I have held her through night terrors, cleaned her when she wet the bed in fear, and sat in therapy with her for hours. She is my daughter. You don't get to dismiss that because it's inconvenient for your grief. She started crying, saying, I didn't understand what it's like to want a real child and not be able to have one. And that's when I snapped. I said, you do not get to weaponize your infertility to invalidate my motherhood. I didn't steal anything from you. I didn't take your place. I picked up a broken little girl and gave her a home. And if that makes me a pretend mom in your eyes, then maybe you don't deserve to be part of her life. Or mine. She called me cruel, said I was kicking her while she's down. We didn't speak for the rest of the evening. My parents are supporting me, but my brother says I should have been more sensitive and understood that Lily's hurting. My husband thinks we should cut contact until she genuinely apologizes. Not for her grief, but for using it to harm a child. And honestly, I agree, but now I'm lying awake at night wondering, did I go too far? Was I too harsh? Or did I finally draw the line that should have been drawn a long time ago? AITA for telling my sister her infertility doesn't make her more of a real mom than me, and that she needs to keep her pain away from my daughter? Update. Lily still hasn't spoken to me. My mom told me she feels embarrassed, and that she didn't mean it like that. But here's the thing. She did. She said exactly what she meant. I'm choosing my daughter. Every time. And if that means losing a sister who can't respect that, so be it. So, what do you think? Was OP right to confront her sister so fiercely? Or should she have shown more compassion given the infertility struggle? Let me know in the comments. I read them all.